Welcome to 2021 Force Warehousing Inventory Optimization Asia Virtual Summit. This is Walaa Maher. I'll be talking about cross-docking in MEA region, an approach for cross-docking optimization in Middle East. We will be touching points about what is cross-docking and what is the opportunities that we see in the region right now. As a quick intro, my name is Walaa. I'm Egyptian. I've been working with P&G for 11 years, then Kimberly-Clark for 4 years, so 15 years of fast-moving consumer goods. Then I made a leap of faith to move to Rack Ceramics, which is working in building material. I will be talking in details for it. I'm already a supply chain professional for now more than 18 years, focusing on the supply chain improvement in Middle East and Africa. I already have some work as for entrepreneurial supply chain architects. I have a program as well called STEP for improving the service time, efficiency, and profit for the companies. The logos that you can see here is for a pro bono company that operates in Bahrain and in Egypt that I represent most of the time. We do it total for free for the companies and the individuals who's facing problem in supply chain or finance, or we are doing it as a service only for the struggling companies. My channel is Walaa Maher channel on YouTube. I would like you to subscribe, please, or follow. Still, it's a new channel that was, as all of us started during the COVID. Also, you will find a blog that I've been writing for a couple of years. Talking about Rack Ceramics, Rack Ceramics is the EMEA largest ceramic producer and the world's largest ceramic production facility or compound located in one place. We produce everything starting from the dishes up till the most sophisticated ceramic items. We produce 170 SKUs per year, and we ship out to 160 countries. We are located in UAE and Ras Al Khaimah, and the company have been there for 30 years, and I'm proud that I'm part of this company. The nice thing about moving from fast-moving consumer goods to building material that it gave me the perspective of fast-moving consumer goods is not the world. When I moved first from P&G, I was in a journey to learn more. Then when I decided to move to out of the fast-moving consumer goods, at that time I've been already involved in many consultation that I saw lots and lots of opportunities in supply chain across. The problem that we are not talking to each other, the problem that even you can see it in the posts on LinkedIn for jobs. You will find that the food industry want to hire someone from food industry. We want a supply chain director in pharmaceutical. We want him from the pharmaceutical. We want in construction. We want him from construction. I was blessed by a CEO who trusted that the fast-moving consumer goods for sure will change for him the supply chain in Rack Ceramics, and alhamdulillah I've been there. This is my 4th year, and we are moving forward every year for a new development to move the construction industry more into the more advanced industries like the fast-moving consumer goods. Why supply chain, and why the videos, and why I'm doing the presentation? I am in love with supply chain. I'm doing the pro bono consultation because I'm in love with supply chain. I wake every single day in love with supply chain. This is a blessed by itself. I am doing the job that I love. My love started for supply chain and logistics when I played the Chris Sawyer game called Transport Tycoon. This is a 1995 game where as a youngster at that time I was I didn't complete 15 years when the Windows 95 was there, and then the games, and we started to play this game, and I was fascinated by the sophistication of you build a factory here, then you build an industry for the transportation, and then you need to ship the wood from one place to the manufacturing of the wood, then from the manufacturing of the wood to the manufacturing of the goods to make a toy. But the factory to work, it need to have electricity, and the goods need to go to a certain city, and the city need to grow. So for to growing the city, you need to build a network of buses so it can grow. But if you will make only buses, then who will transport the mails? All this in one chain, and in a game that till now it is being supported by the people in love with the game like me. There is an open TTD, Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. It have its own website, and it is total for free. Magnificent developers, not me, magnificent developers are working on it to make it always for free and make zero ads, zero everything. Guys, this is like the game that I've been playing for 25 years. Anyway, moving forward, why cross-docking? Cross-docking is a concept that still young in Middle East and Africa. While you can see here in this, and thanks for transparency knowledge, the cross-docking service market from 2019 to 2030 is expected to be $34 billion of a business. But if you look to Middle East and Africa, while it is a very nice chunk, okay, Middle East and Africa in the pie chart is a good chunk. It is not like a small chunk. South America actually is less. But if you look to Middle East and Africa and the number of people that is living in Middle East and Africa and the diversity of Africa alone, if you compare it with the amount of opportunities that is found right now in North America, we should be more than North America at least 5 times, because we are a region that is 5x size of the US. The difficulty of moving through the borders and moving around in Africa make cross-docking is the right choice in many for many businesses. So the opportunity is huge. Then my point of view, this is Walaa point of view. There is a post-COVID generation. Still, they didn't name it. We are Generation X, Generation Y, and all this generation talking that we are talking about. There will be a generation called COVID-19. Maybe they will call it much better, something better. But those generation are used for work and study remotely. They are used for the e-commerce. They are used for the workspace restriction. This generation now knows that e-certificates is something that is reality. He will not accept that still there is a stamp and bill of lading, and this will change. This generation is used for pay only for what I need. So he's used for the Amazon delivery that is delivering for him on daily basis, maybe 1 pack of water. He finish it, he replenish it. He is used for subscription. My generation, when we were buying a software, we would bulk some money to buy Adobe Illustrator, or we bulk some money to buy the Windows. Or this generation is having a subscription for Netflix, a subscription for Windows, subscription for Office, everything is being subscribed. Everything is bits and pieces. I pay today, then when I go for the summer vacation, why the hell I will pay for the Office? I will cancel or hold the subscription for the 3 months I'm out of the school, then I will subscribe again. This generation will not accept many of the practices that we are having right now. This is the time to change. Also, the COVID have showed us all that reducing the inventory by the famous lean methodology, famous Toyota way. Of course, there is lean and there is mean. Some of the reduction of the inventory is wrong. Some of the reduction of the inventory is made wrong by pushing your inventory to the supplier inventory. Okay, by pushing your inventory because you have the upper hand to suppliers or to your customers, so you show good money. This is wrong. I'm talking about the overall supply chain, reduction of inventory, trusting that I will get the material like this, we have faced a total lockdown. This is new and we need to change. I feel the next 3 to 5 years we will have the post-COVID effect, that many of the companies that I know are looking to the inventory, specifically to the inventory on ground strategies. Okay, this opened the discussion to the basics of cross-docking. Cross-docking as the most common cross-docking, thanks to Universal Company for a perfect illustration on their website. I captured it, I kept the copyright for sure. Okay, this is the basic common understanding for cross-docking. Yellow, blue, green, red, then we transfer, we mix, the outbound is mixed. Simple like this. Okay, this is the simplest way to look into the cross-docking. But what about the misconceptions? What about the myth? What about understanding or mixing the understanding of cross-docking with something else? So, cross-docking versus hub and spoke. Many people mix this. The hub and spoke, I'll talk about it first because the rest of the slides all about cross-docking. The hub and spoke is like Emirates Hub, is like an airplane terminal, an airline terminal. It is simply a hub, then it distributes to different spokes or different smaller hubs, smaller service area that serve smaller numerous endpoints, then it gives you the service. This model is perfect for airlines. The amount of saving from this model need the upper picture, the helicopter view for the financials, which is, if I talk about Emirates model, Emirates Airways, the hub is Dubai. Anyone who wants to fly from somewhere to somewhere will connect to Dubai. Then there is the income of the markets in the airports of Dubai. Then there is the cost saving of having all the services bulked in Dubai. Then there is the profit coming from that the visitors maybe will visit Dubai. Then when they visit Dubai, they will use a taxi. Maybe they will use a service at the airport. Then they will use a hotel. Then the saving need to be managed from an upper picture view. Similar, when you are making a hub and spoke for your company, mostly it will be your material. I always imagine it as a lamp. Okay, my light is coming from here as a factory, and my distribution network is very strong near my factory and become weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. When we are saying weaker, I mean weaker by influence, weaker by response time, weaker. It's and more expensive. Then you choose that your factory is here. You choose the hub is your factory, and the spoke is far, far away. When the lights start to become dim, less, then you plug a spoke. You transfer your material to there, and this spoke is responsible for the last mile in the areas that you are weak in. So you replenish there in big trucks, you replenish in big quantities, and then maybe the small cars are going for the daily deliveries. This is the hub and spoke. What about cross-docking? Cross-docking is different. The saving is in every step. The cross-docking terminal, the cross-docking facility, and I'm talking here about a cross-docking facility that you operate a cross-docking facility not for your company but for multiple companies. Or you are doing it for your company but you have multiple factories. So you have supplier 1, supplier 2, supplier 3. They all come into the cross-docking. Every one of them have saved time and money in moving from the normal trip to your factory or to your central warehouse to going to this cross-dock terminal. Then you make the mix and you ship out. Of course, this option as hub and spoke and the other option cross-docking, of course, they have red items, which is for the hub and spoke, most of the time the service may be fast in the end point, but as an overall service, it's long service. It is long time service. Okay, imagine I'm traveling from Riyadh to Cairo via Emirates Airway. He will take me 3 hours to Dubai. Then I will stay 1 or 2 hours and maybe overnight at Dubai airport. Then I'll travel back to Egypt in 4.5 hours. This by itself will take 7 hours of my life that I cannot get back. Maybe I chose it because of the better service, the better airplanes, the better price, the better points, whatever. But essentially, it took something for me that I cannot take back. For the hub and spoke, for the cross-docking, okay, 90% cross-dock terminal have empty legs in the transportation back of those cars. That's why it is famous always to have cross-docking plus triangulation in the same project. Without that, the saving is not complete. You will find in my channel 10 minutes talking about the cross-docking and triangulation, and there is a 1 hour video as well, similar presentation that I've done when we finished the project that we are doing, we have done with Jabal Ali Smart Solution Company in 2019. Okay, cross-docking always goes hand in hand with triangulation, or there will be no saving or little saving. Okay, cross-docking versus traditional. Many times we will be challenged, why the hell I will go to cross-docking or I will go to a third party for cross-docking versus the traditional chain. The traditional chain, what is the activities happening there? There is the external receiving and the internal receiving if you are receiving from the factory. Then there is the put away activity. The put away activity is an activity by itself different than the storage. Then the storage activity, then the picking activity, shipping out, and the reverse logistics. Reverse logistics, I always say, reverse logistics is the most hidden activity that we don't care about. Please, please, please give it more consideration. Again, I've talked hours and hours on reverse logistics on many summits. If anyone want to check the reverse logistics opportunities that we have in Middle East, please give me a call or check the videos for it. The activities in cross-docking, external receiving is natural. The put away is natural. But put away, if you are getting it from an outside third party cross-docking company, it will be with a cost. Most of the contracts in Middle East and Africa is, I take it off the car by this cost. I put it in my warehouse for 1 day for this cost, the storage. Then the picking is another cost. It ends up always more expensive than the traditional chain. The staging storage is a short period replenishment lot like the storage in the traditional chain. The staging storage, one of the defects that I see it right now, it is extremely expensive, but also because on the other hand, we as users are not using it correctly. We are many times abusing the system. So I like the contracts that is saying per day this is your storage. So there is always a hammer on the supply chain executives and the supply chain heads that you need to deal with the cross-docking facility as a cross-docking facility. It is not a storage facility. Okay. Then the shipping out. Of course, you can have added services. We'll talk in the end of the presentation about it. And There is a misconception that cross-docking is only for retail. It is not. As I said, I have a model for cross-docking that I'm using for massive amount of containers, shipment, export, and local shipment, tons and tons, containers and thousands of containers and thousands of vehicles every single day. I'm shipping daily more than 500 vehicles. Okay, and it is not for retail. Okay, it is for retail and the others. Okay. That. How is success in cross-docking? How to position that you want to go for a service of a cross-docking in your company? This is our product as well. Of course, the cup, not the coffee. So, it is simple. Yes, it is complicated chart, but it is simple. Again, back to the model that I was talking about, which is the step model. Service, time, efficiency, and profit. We all deal with this every day. When you are doing a cross-docking, it is simple. The service will increase because you are filling the empty channels. Then you are serving faster your customer. This is time. When you combine the faster time and filling the channel, you will have less inventory due to the faster cycle stock. The faster cycle stock will give you a better warehousing opportunity. The warehouse cost will become less. Then when you have less cost in the warehouse, your cost to serve will be less. This will give you a better margin. The better margin, you can easily pass it to the customer as discounts or as buy one, take one. When you will do buy one, take one, again, the inventory will become less. You will have a channel to remove your slow moving. When you make discount for the customer, you will make more sale. When you make more sale, your P, your profit, will increase by design. Customer satisfaction will increase. You will again fill the empty channels. By design, all this will improve your CCC, your cash conversion cycle. And it will give you, if there is an issue in the product, a faster replacement cycle, a faster reverse logistic cycle. From an efficiency standpoint, when you are doing all this, you will have more time to focus on the planning, not the normal labor job. Labor will, by design, it is there, but you will focus more on the planning. You will have more brains working. This will make more efficient and job focus. When you will work on your efficiency and time, you will have a faster turnaround trips. When you have a faster turnaround trips, this will make, number one, the driver is happy. How many times we heard the driver saying, no, don't, I will not go to Walaa. No, I stay there at his warehouse for 5 hours. I will go to Muhammad. No, Muhammad, I don't stay at his warehouse. Drivers, after all, they are our tools to serve our customer. If the driver is spending time and he get out of your factory or your warehouse already frustrated from his gate to gate, and he spend lots of time and lots of paperwork and lots, he go to the customer, he will shout, he will fight, he will be late, whatever. Customer satisfaction will go down, profit will go down by design. But if the driver is happy, he's efficient, he will be happy to come to you again. The driver is working with a driving company, with a transportation company, with a service provider. You will become a preferred customer for the transportation company. Then, during the negotiation, the guy will be talking to you, this is my price. Yes, but you know, he stay in my warehouse 45 minutes, while the market is usually talking about 3 to 4 hours. Bing! You have a more upper hand on him. Yeah, but you know that the driver like working with me because we are always organized. My planners are working with the customer correctly. There is all the data is in the sales loading plan. All the customer GPS points are there. They don't search for the customer. We already talk to the customer. As you talk and give him your upper hand, Not upper hand by the volume of the company or the cost or that after COVID there is pressure. The upper hand is, I am a preferred customer for you. You like working with me. I am more efficient than the other. This will give you a better position negotiation. Better position negotiation means more profit. This is natural. More profit. I'm not talking about that you will cut cost from him. You can get more profit by having the priority that all the drivers and all the transportation companies want to work with you. So when the end of the month come to you, they know that yes, we'll go for Walaa. No problem. We'll serve him, but we'll not serve the other companies. More profit, more sales. That. Let's assume you have your cross-docking station, your cross-docking facility, and you are serving. Now, what is the best practice to improve in the market? Of course, we cannot go to 100% of the best practices, but most of them, you know it already. This is my 50 cents to drop here. Number one, technology is your friend. Technology is your friend. Advanced warehouse management system, barcoding system. Of course, when we are saying barcoding, you name it. GPS tagging, QR tags, RFID, whatever. You need to have a system in place. Technology is your friend. Automated advanced shipment of notification. Done. Amazon have made it a norm. With the amount of emails and SMSs and Telegram and WhatsApp and Facebook notification messenger and the customer is expecting to be aware with every step in his chain. And you are expecting to be aware for your supplier as well. Customer and supplier need to be aware for everything. So technology is your friend. Then, transportation management system with the loading capacity. We talked about GPS, zone fencing, trip management. We said that part of the cross-docking is moving to more planners. Technology is your friend. Talking about trip time and zone fence and gate to gate and all this is yesterday. Today is the future already. Many of the tools available in the market right now, and it is pay as you go. It is talking about transportation management system that can manage with you as well. Configure the load, the meter cube, the weight, and all the inputs can be redesigned specifically for your company on the interface. So you can easily work with it. The flexibility of the small companies to make for you the service is much better than the non-flexibility of you know who from the other developers. Okay. You need to have your transportation management system thinking with you about how to optimize the car, how to optimize the trip load, how to optimize the trip route. We talked about adding services to the place. Cross-docking, for me, I will never go for a contract with a cross-docking station that does not have added services. If it is just a warehouse, I will go and rent my own warehouse. Done. Part of the added services that you mix for me the product. If I am shipping to Fujairah tomorrow and I have a half load for Fujairah, you have another customer who is having another half load for Fujairah. You optimize for me the car and I pay as I go. I will not pay for a full car. This I talked with most of the market service providers, and we are talking about top-notch service providers and mid-level service providers. The concept is in the mind. It is there. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Is it applicable on the ground, and is it done on the ground? Yes, it is applicable, but not done. I want to see, I love to see, I hope to see facilities that can make mixed shipments. Then, from the other hand, if it have an added value, if I'm selling buy one take one, just shrink wrapping and good packaging and go. Instead of I'm getting it and going to manipulation center, then I know there are many companies that will listen to this and they are making the service. I know, and I respect you 100%, and I've talked with some of you, and some of you knows me well, okay, and we already are progressing together. I'm talking about the vast majority. I'm talking about the 80% are not doing it. This is the we need to make that the 80% is doing it and 20% are not. Right now we are the reverse. 20% are good doing it, 80% are not. So if you hear this and you are doing it, perfect, you are from the 20%. As we said, we are changing. We need to connect the service to pay. All the steps need to be finished, paid, finished, paid, finished, paid, finished, paid. But the big contracts of like, yeah, this is a bulk that we will be paying it by 1 year, this concept somehow need to change. Of course, CFOs are the ones to say how it will change. But for every step, we need to have clarity. No hidden cost. This step X, this step Y, this will cost me this. So I can quote and I can move comfortably, okay, with a cross-docking project. Last, recommended read. There is a guidebook and like a practical tool. It's on Amazon. Okay, a cross-docking book. It's there is a new edition for it. I read the previous edition. I captured this as the new edition. Okay, I recommend this as a read. My final take and tip that I always tell the people: organizations are perfectly designed to the result they get. If you want to change the results, if you want different results, you must change the way we do things. This is how we improve all together. This is how Middle East and Africa will improve. Thanks a lot. Happy to talk to you, and for sure there will be Q&As. Thanks a lot.